Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy John, aka Spears here. In today's YouTube video, I'm going to be discussing how to level up your guns insanely fast on Modern Warfare 2. This is probably one of the most commonly asked questions that I'm receiving. Currently, the fastest I've been able to max level a weapon was actually in 30 minutes, believe it or not. Well, it's actually 28, but we'll round it up to about 30 minutes, which was pretty crazy. That was with double XP, but without double XP, obviously that means it's only going to be an hour. Before I found this method, it took me around 3 hours to get a gun max, so this cuts it down significantly. And really, the way that you're going to do it is just by playing a specific game mode, but within that game mode, there is a strategy and a way to maximize the amount of XP that you're going to be able to get. Before we get into all of that, if you guys have not already dropped a like on this video, I'd very much appreciate that. And if you guys learn anything or find any value in this kind of content, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. With all that out of the way though, let's get into how to level up your weapon quickly. All right, so the mode I was referring to earlier is actually Invasion. This is the ground war style mode where it's 20 players versus 20 players with 20 bots on each team. Killing bots will award you 1 point, but killing a player will award you 5. Now, I haven't figured out exactly how much XP one bot is worth, but I'm pretty sure a rough estimate is one bot is worth around 1 normal kill in a public match, whereas if you kill a player, it's worth 5 normal kills in a public match. Another benefit to playing Invasion, not only are there bots, but since it is a ground war, a big map style as game mode, the skill-based matchmaking is significantly easier and looser, because what you want to do is try not to target regular players, but actually target the bots. Obviously, they won't really do any damage to you, and aside from that, they're going to give you the most XP as fast as possible because they usually travel in little groups, and there's actually ways to kill them as they're spawning, which will allow you to rack up XP super fast. All right, so for the strategy portion of this, when you're playing Invasion, you spawn into a ground war map and each team is on opposite sides. You guys are typically meant to collide in the middle and start battling. Basically, off the start, you're going to want to either go to the right lane or the left lane of the map and try to go for a big flank, because most players are trying to get to the middle. So if you're able to get around on the outside, typically the game will fill those outer portions with the bots that you're actually trying to hunt. They typically do spawn in on the outskirts of the maps as well, which is really convenient, because in a lot of instances you can pick up 5 or 6 bot kills right away without having to do anything. They're just going to spawn in right in front of you. You're going to want to go ahead and try to get onto a building in the enemy spawn, which will give you not only a vantage point, it will keep you safe, and the bots will likely try to come kill you. So you'll be able to kill bots out of the air, but also kill them as they're funneling through the staircase. So earlier on in the game, it's definitely going to be more difficult to get to the outskirts of the map and go ahead and get to the enemy spawn. But about a quarter of the way through the game, they actually drop vehicles that you can drive from one side of the map all the way to the other. And I found if you just get in a vehicle, drive across, and just park at a building and then go all the way up to the roof, pretty much nobody bothers you. They don't really understand what's going on. Invasion is kind of like the plunder of this game. The class setup is going to be one of the most important parts of the strategy. This is going to allow you to be able to stay on top of the building longer, stay off of the map, and allow you to pick up as many kills as possible and gain as much XP as possible. So the very first thing is going to be with your weapon. You're going to want to be running a suppressor. This is obviously going to help you kind of stay off of the enemy radar. Obviously, you're not going to pop up as a red dot on the minimap, unfortunately, but being quieter and not drawing as much attention is definitely a benefit. Aside from that, you may want to be using a VLK on your weapon. Obviously, everything is up to you. The gun should be built out specifically just for shooting bots out of the air. So I would recommend the VLK and the suppressor, and obviously some kind of recoil attachment. Aside from that, the meat and potatoes of the class setup comes in with the perks and with your field upgrades. These are going to be the two most important things that you're going to want to be changing before you load into Invasion, or to maximize the amount of XP that you're going to be able to get. For the perk pack that you're going to be rocking, there's going to be 3 main perks that you're going to want to use. You're going to want to have on Scavenger, obviously, so you can replenish your ammo. You're going to want to have Fast Hands, and you're going to either want to have Ghost, or you're going to want to have Overclock. And the reason you might want to have Overclock instead of Ghost is because A, you're not worried about being on the mini map. However, I will say without Ghost, people will typically see you in their spawn and they will definitely hunt you down in my experience. But like I was saying, Overclock is very important because of the field upgrades. So something that's new in this game is you're actually able to have 2 field upgrades. So you're going to want to set one of them to your munitions box, and then your second field upgrade you're going to want to go ahead and set as your tactical insertion. This is going to allow you to stay on the enemy side of the map in their spawn on top of the building that you were on if you were to die, without actually having to go ahead and drive across the map or get across the map. That is most definitely the most difficult part of putting this strategy into motion. The munitions box is for when you run out of ammo. However, if you are kind of thinking ahead, you could try to have a building with an ammo stash, but obviously staying on the roof is going to be a lot safer. So having a munitions box as your second or first field upgrade is definitely going to be the most useful. But that's where overclock could become helpful, because overclock will speed up the rate at which you'll earn your muni box or even your attack insertion by about 40%, and you'll be able to store 2 of them, so you'd be able to have 2 munitions boxes, which will allow you to stay on the roof a lot longer. The only other tip that I have for you guys, and I know people in the comment section are probably gonna, get a hoot out of this one. Obviously, the only other thing that you can do to increase or expedite the process of leveling up your weapons is going to be getting double XP. A lot of people did receive double XP tokens just for pre-ordering the Vault edition of the game. You'll actually have double XP to already use, and with that being said, as soon as you apply it, it is active and it does count down in the lobby as well, just like previous Call of Duties. So definitely recommend setting a timer on your phone and maximizing your in-game time, but Invasion is definitely still going to be the fastest way to do that. If you guys do not have double XP from the Vault version, and you guys want to go ahead and get some double XP, so what I'm going to recommend is going to be at your own risk. I don't know if it's 100% reliable, but in the past, and what I've been doing with Modern Warfare 2 is I actually go on eBay, actually buy double XP codes that people get off of their Mountain Dews and stuff like that they don't want. It is a little bit pricey, but if you guys are trying to get this done as fast as possible, it's just another tip that a lot of people aren't aware that you can actually do. If you don't want Mountain Dew or you just want the double XP, you can go on eBay and buy the codes. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you guys have any other tips for leveling up your guns faster, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. I hope this tutorial helped you guys. If you have any questions about the strategy or anything like that, please leave them in the comments as well, and I'll be happy to help you guys out. Anyway, if you guys haven't already dropped a like, I'd appreciate that. If you guys gained any kind of value from this, please consider subscribing. I hope I could have at least helped one of you today level your weapons a little bit faster. But as always, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.